Hey guys, Kid here coming to you live this week. I want to talk to you about something that has really been on my mind lately, and it's a part of, who I am, my personality, how I've gone through life, how I've created a career, how I've built businesses, how I've, handled adversity and challenges. And I want to share it with you. It's a lesson I learned a while ago. It's partly ingrained in my personality, but also it's partly a skill I've developed, and that's this: committing relentlessly to my vision and never giving up on myself, on my ideas, on my dreams, on my goals. That level of persistence, of perseverance, and not just an interest in my goals and my vision, not just an interest in being successful, a 150% commitment to it is what I owe a lot of my success to and the things that I've accomplished in my life. And what a lot of people I've noticed do is when they encounter adversity, when they encounter challenge, when they encounter setbacks, when things don't go according to plan, when they have expectations that aren't met with reality, they often get discouraged. And that's okay, we all get discouraged, but then they'll sometimes fall off or lose faith in their ability to deliver and to achieve these goals. And in the worst cases, they'll give up on themselves, on the goal they set out to achieve, whether it be starting a business, pursuing a project, executing on an idea, or taking a chance. And the sad part is that that doesn't have to be the case. That doesn't have to be what we end up doing, right? If we take a couple of quick steps and if we go about this a little bit more intentionally. Now, it's part mindset, it's part strategy, it's part muscle memory, creating this, right? Remember, we have to lean into and act more and do more of the things that we want to create more, right? Or attract more or manifest more into our lives. So this often takes time, right? It's not something we're going to do immediately. And if you've always been somebody who, at the first bit of troubled weather, right, is going to choose something else or give up, then it's going to take a little longer. But this is learnable. This is, able to be developed and improved upon, right? And I've worked with tons of clients, coaching clients of mine, that have not come from a place of, having a strong, innate will to persevere no matter what, right? To break through the walls and the barriers, to overcome these huge challenges, but they've learned to do that. And it starts with this. It starts with belief, right? It starts with believing that we can do something. It starts with having enough belief in ourselves to be resourceful, to find the people, the resources, the skills, the things that we're going to have to draw in, rely upon, and call upon to achieve our goals. It starts with that. I love this book. I've talked about it before, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a really instrumental book that's helped me immensely in my careers. And one of the most famous quotes that he's laid out in that book, as the author, is, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And I firmly believe that. Often we sell ourselves short on our capacity and propensity to dream and to expand our vision and ambition. Sometimes we do that just so we can make sure we hit the target, right? Make sure we achieve the goal. But we need to expand that out. We need to get uncomfortable. We need to push the limits. And then we need to lean into that, right? And really step up to the plate. Give ourselves a chance to go after things that scare us. Big goals and a big vision, right? Professionally and personally, for where we want to take our lives and our careers. So that's a big thing, right? Capacity, expansion, building out the mission, the vision, and the ambition to dream that way. But remember, we have to have belief, right? It's all about the mindset of believing that we can actually do this. The next is the tactical part, right? The next is now making sure we hedge some of the downside on not achieving the goals by surrounding ourselves with the right people, investing in ourselves and our skill development to make sure that we can execute, right? There's going to be things we need to learn. There's going to be habits we need to develop. There's going to be technical expertise we need to, be familiar and become familiar with. So we're going to need to do that. We're going to need to draw on our network. We're going to need to find where we can, learn these things. We're going to need to dive into books and courses and online resources to really level up our skills in that department, right? Tactically and technically, to be able to execute on the goal. And the third thing that I want to share, strategy here, in really being able to develop this skill of perseverance, of committing relentlessly to our vision and our goals, and to being successful and constantly raising the bar, right? Elevating our goals and our vision, is this: We need support. We need a feedback loop. We need people that we trust that will tell us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. We need to know when we've fallen off. We need to have accountability. We need to be able to share vulnerably when things aren't going well. And this shouldn't necessarily just be a family member, right, or a spouse. So we need to create a support system, advisors, mentors, people that we trust, that we can be vulnerable around. They can give us the support, the counsel, the advice, and above all else, almost be transparent and real with us, right? Tell us the stuff like we don't want to hear sometimes. That's really, really key. So I hope this gave you guys some ideas, some ways of thinking about achieving at a higher level, sharing my experience and my story of how my commitment, my relentless commitment to my vision has really helped me achieve things that I never would have thought achievable in my mid-30s. And I continue to embrace that philosophy, that mindset, that commitment to myself, that belief in myself, and that just never giving up. It's really important. So if this was helpful, please leave a comment, leave a like, shoot me a message, share this with somebody else. And as always, to your success, your happiness, and your freedom, we'll talk to you next week.